Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Coffee with Steven. I'm Coffee, and this is Steven. Yeah, I know that's backwards. I'm Steven, this is Coffee, and together we are Coffee with Steven. Back in mid July, I was invited to a book launch party by Corvina Sweeney. She had a new book coming out called Having Sam for Dinner. So I went to Louisiana with my family and we had a little downtime while we were waiting. So my girls, I have two teenage daughters, they wanted to go thrifting. So we kind of mapped out all the little thrifting stores, within a 25, 30-mile radius, and we hit up a bunch of thrifting stores. Now, I want to tell you, I have no interest in thrifting whatsoever, but my girls, they're just little geniuses. They can buy something and probably the next day they'll turn around and sell it for 100 times what they paid for it. So very, very, very smart, sharp little girls. There's another word I was looking for that I can't think of, but they did a good job with it. But while we were doing it, I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to start looking at books at these places because, most of them have books. And this is what's going to be called my very first book haul. So the last store we went to, I went in and I decided, you know what, I'm going to check out their books and see what they got. And y'all, I spent $5.50 on 6 books. So let's look at the books really quick. So I bought The Harbinger. The Harbinger was a 50-cent book. Y'all, I paid 50 cents for The Harbinger, and I'd heard about this book before, but never really paid much attention to it. But I thought for 50 cents, you know what, I'm going to check it out. But anyway, this is kind of a book where it's talking about biblical things as it relates to current history or history and how they're kind of connected and all that. And I thought, you know what, this would be a good one to read. And for 50 cents, I'm not passing it up. Now, I will tell you that when I went into this process of buying these books at the thrift shop, I only wanted hardback books or hardcover books, but that one right there was the exception. The next two I got were part of a series, and they weren't together. I just happened to run across them, but it is The Rise of the Black Wolf and the Revenge of the Shadow King. So this is kind of a thriller series, a gripping tale of vengeance and redemption in a shadowy world is kind of what a synopsis is of them. And I'm really looking forward to reading these because, you know what? This is $2 right here, y'all. I paid $2 for these 2 books, hardcover books, and they look like they might be interesting. If they're not, I lost $2. Then I got this book here. This is called The Raven, and it is from Kass Morgan and Danielle Page. So The Raven, Kass Morgan, and Danielle Page is a fantasy novel delving into the world of magic and intrigue. And y'all, I have really gotten into books about magic, especially when witches are involved. And I don't know if there's witches in this or not, but anyway, it caught my attention. The cover is kind of really cool, so that caught my attention. So again, $1. Can't go wrong, right? And it's hardcover, so it'll look good sitting on a bookshelf when I finally get my bookshelves up. Then I got this book right here. This is Mortal Prey from John Sandford. I don't know any of these authors, y'all. Never heard of any of them, but they were all hardcovers, and I thought, you know what? I'll just check them out. This is Mortal Prey by John Sandford, and it's a suspenseful crime thriller. And you know what? I decided, hey, why not give it a shot? And again, $1, y'all. $1. And then the last one, y'all, I got this one right here. This one's called The Sea of Trolls by Nancy Farmer. So this is it right here, and it's a pretty good sized book. It's pretty thick. You can see it's pretty thick. And again, for $1. So this is a captivating fantasy adventure following a young boy and his sister. So it's kind of a young adult novel or book. I don't know what makes it a novel versus a book, but it's a young adult book, and it might be too young for me. I don't know, but I thought, you know what? I'll start reading it to see if I like it. If I like it, yay, I spent $1 on it, and it'll be well worth it. And then if I don't like it, I spend $1 on it, and whoop-de-doo, y'all. I spend $1 walking out the door. So yeah, those are the books that I got. And again, I got them at a thrift store. That was $5.50. And I thought, you know what, for 5 hardcover books and 1 paperback book, you can't beat that, y'all. And I thought, you know, I'm going to give them all a shot. And if I don't like them, hey, I can turn around and donate them to another thrift store somewhere, and maybe they'll sell them and make some money. It was a very interesting experience for me. It was my first book haul ever, and it was done in a thrift store. So, y'all, have you ever done a book haul from a thrift store? Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think about the book haul. Did I get some good books? Have you read any of the ones that I got? I'd really like to know and get your opinion on it. But anyway, that's all I got. Me and my coffee right here. We're going to skedaddle and get out of here. And y'all, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a great one. Bye.